Can we just please take a second to admire my lashes?
Whoa!
Flutter my eyelashes.
Flutter back.
I need to learn how to flutter now that I have lashes.
And you look at someone and you're like,
How do I do it?
Your fluttering days are over. And we're back today with Travel Tuesday. Today we are going to be going over Prague in the Czech Republic. One thing I want to say before we get into this is I had no idea
Are you sure you want to tell them this?
Yeah, I'm honest. She wanted to go here and I'm like, what's Prague, you know? And she's like,
a restaurant?
Yeah. I just didn't know what this place was. And she was like, please don't tell anybody you don't know that. And I'm like, not everyone knows every country in the United States.
No, it's not a country. In the United States.
In the world.
Oh my, this is what I'm dealing with, y'all.
But anyways, I am so glad we went to this place because it is super fantastic.
It's a good thing you're pretty.
Flutter, flutter.
Flutter, flutter. Alright, so we're talking about Prague, the capital city of the Czech Republic. It is nicknamed the City of 100 Spires, and it's known for its old town square, the heart of its historic core, with colorful Baroque buildings, Gothic churches, and the medieval astronomical clock. Yeah. Alright, so the first thing that we did was we visited the Prague Castle. It's located in Hradčany, which is the castle district. And the Prague Castle, without a doubt, is the city's most popular tourist attraction. It is the largest ancient castle in the world and was built in 870.
Super
That's
cool.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's like
back in the day.
It is very back in the day. Anyways, this castle has traditionally been the seat of Czech rulers, and today it's the official residence of the president. Entry to the grounds of the castle are free, although many of the buildings, such as the St. Vitus Cathedral and the Basilica of St. George in Golden Lane, can be visited with a combined entry ticket.
So up for number 2, explore Old Town Square. Despite Prague's lively history of invasions, the Old Town Square has remained relatively untouched since the 10th century. There are swarms of tourists on these historical streets, and they pack out these alfresco restaurants every day.
They're what?
Alfresco meaning patio.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Anyways, the square itself is a perfect place to admire the wonderful architecture Prague has to offer. And if this isn't your thing, the various street performers, musicians, and merchants that line the streets here will certainly keep you entertained. There are plenty of cafes and restaurants, so it's the perfect place to try out some Czech food. One of them was called Sivoka. You can say it, babe.
Svičkova.
Svičkova. Anyways, what this is, it's like a sirloin steak that's boiled in like a whipped cream and served with some cranberry sauce and bread dumplings. And there's another thing called koleno. Am I saying that right? Koleno. It's basically like pork knee that's like marinated in beer.
Yeah. Okay, another thing we did, and I thought was real cool, was we watched the astronomical clock strike an hour.
Everyone was staring at that thing.
Yeah, we didn't know what was going on. Everyone was like chilling in front of it and just like looking.
Just gathering around it and just looking up. I'm like, what?
I guess
someone
we should
gonna
join.
jump?
What So while in the Old Town Square, or Stari Grad, you know that one.
Stari Grad.
There you go. See?
I'm getting good at pronouncing
Similar
stuff.
Be sure to visit the Old Town Hall so that you can watch the spectacle of this mechanical clock. The clock was first installed in 1410, making it the third oldest astronomical clock in the world and the oldest one still operating. And it's widely regarded as the best preserved medieval mechanical clock in the world. And so there's basically a show at the top of the hour. It's called the Walk of the Apostles. And it's just like all these figures of the apostles and other moving sculptures. Another one was like the figure of death, and that was like represented by a skeleton. And then like a calendar dial with medallions representing the months. I don't know. It was just really cool. It was a really cool show. I mean, according to the local legend, the city will suffer if the clock is neglected. So show up like 5 to 10 minutes early to get a good spot so that you can see the show. And there's like the area that it's in, there's a whole bunch of restaurants around, and it's like patio, you know?
That's what we did.
You like go to the restaurant, sit outside,
Hashtag patio life.
so you're able to watch the show. Hashtag patio life.
Hashtag patio life.
Yeah.
And for you guys that don't know, Prague is a bunch of history, so that is what we are giving you guys today.
Yeah, it's all history basically.
And it's pretty hot, because like, you know, Gothic, kind of hot architecture.
The next thing, and this was probably my favorite thing in Prague, and it might not seem like that cool, but
no,
it's so
cool.
What, did you like
cool.
it?
Yeah.
The Charles Bridge. So this is like a walk across one of the most iconic bridges in the world. It's a stone Gothic bridge that connects Old Town with Lesser Town, or Mala Strana. Hey.
Mala Strana.
And it crosses the Vltava River. Construction was finished in 1402. That means this bridge is literally 617 years old. Like, I can't even comprehend that.
Like totally.
That's so cool.
Ancient.
Yeah, like, I guess especially because, like, since I design bridges, we designed for a 75-year lifespan.
Yeah, like divide that by like 1,000,000 years.
I don't
blow your mind.
That's not how it works. Babe.
What? I'm trying to teach them something.
Okay. And this Charles Bridge has survived many floods, and most recently when the country experienced the worst flood in the past 500 years.
So cool.
Right?
I mean, I thought it looks really cool. It looks really pretty. You can definitely take a picture. Picturesque.
There you go.
The history behind it's cool too.
I think, no, the design techniques is cool behind it.
Yeah. It kind of gives you like that gargoyle vampire feel. So for all my Gothic and emo friends,
go to Prague.
Bring them out. Bring them out. Another thing to go do is admire the Lenin Wall. And although Prague is a long way from Liverpool, which is the birthplace of the Beatles, fans should certainly come check this shrine out to one of the most famous bands of all time. The wall has been covered in John Lennon and the Beatles' lyrics, quotations all the way back from the 1980s. And this is a very popular attraction for young fans and tourists that wish to pay a tribute to the group. The wall is continuously changing, so it's one of the things to do in Prague on every visit because it looks slightly different every time.
Yeah.
So now let's get down to the fun part. Alcohol.
Yes. What is with this hair? It's alright. We'll fix that motherfucker. Yes.
Shout
Alcohol.
out to Herbalife for my awesome water bottle.
Alright, so alcohol. The Czechs claim to have the best beer, or pivo, in the world, and Prague is a great place to test that. The huge choice of bars in the city offer famous Czech lagers, such as Budvar and Staropramen.
Staropramen. Did I say it right?
No, Staropramen.
Staropramen.
Yes. Alongside craft beers and top microbreweries in the country. Hopefully you like light beer because most Czech beers are light beers, but beer buffs should also try to make a visit to the Prague Beer Museum, which offers more than 31 beers on tap.
Ooh, and while you guys are here, go and try some absinthe. This is the place to, well, one of the places to try it. This is commonly called the Green Fairy, and it is a spirit of high alcohol content and has a stuff called wormwood, which is responsible for absinthe's hallucinogenic side effects. I know we've all seen the movie Euro Trip and have all wanted to drink the drink after. This botanical contains a chemical called foujon, which is illegal in most countries, including the United States. That's why when people try to serve it here, it's like, all right, it's not real, you know.
Do they serve it here?
Some people try to say they have it, but it's not real stuff.
I've never had it here.
Yeah. Anyways,
not that I would ever drink it again, because
it was so
disgusting.
Gross. Yeah.
I wanted to throw up. Like, even like an hour after it, I could still taste it.
Yeah, like
it was like gasoline. That's what it tasted like.
It was definitely worth trying.
Yeah, you gotta try it.
I didn't see a green fairy. Did you?
I didn't see a green fairy. But after that, we thought we were gonna kidnap.
Oh yeah.
So maybe that was the green fairy part.
We did get paranoid. I don't know if that was part of it.
Paranoid.
But this drink is legal in the Czech Republic.
Fun fact.
Ooh, I love fun facts.
You ready?
Yeah.
Well, absinthe actually originated as a medicinal treatment for malaria and other illnesses in the 18th century because that wormwood stuff has antiseptic and other benefits when it's prepared properly.
Oh, nice. So I can use that in my medical practices then.
Mm-hmm.
Little teaspoon of absinthe.
You get a patient with malaria
Yeah.
and learn how to prepare it. We don't know any of the names of the bars or clubs we went to in Prague, but the coolest part about it was
what's the name of the bar with the
Anonymous Bar.
Anonymous Bar.
Anonymous Bar.
Go check this
That one's
out.
really cool. Everyone wears like the V for Vendetta masks. Is that what they're called? And their drinks are like, you don't order a normal drink. Like, you order like a slingshot, and it's like somehow a drink, or like a horse in a carriage, and it comes
or
with
a drink
like
in a house, and it's in a house,
and it's literally inside a little house, and you like open the roof.
Yeah, it's so freaking.
They're
cool.
just really cool drinks. And they have a secret menu. Like, so if you have the menu and you shine a black light on it, there's a whole bunch of other drinks that you wouldn't have seen unless you had a black light. Like, it's just like a really cool cocktail spot.
You can go into this coffee shop and it's like quiet. Everyone's sitting down, reading a newspaper, acting like, you know, you would in a coffee shop. But then there's like secret stairs to these places that lead into a freaking
like
club. And you don't hear these clubs while you're in the coffee shop.
Right. Or restaurants.
Restaurants.
So basically any club that we went to, or any club that we went to was underground under a coffee shop or a restaurant. So that was really cool. I've never done that before.
Yeah. No, that was totally.
And we had no idea. So we met this guy, and we were like hanging out with him for the night, and he was like, all right, let's go to this club. And we're like, yeah, let's go. And he fucking walks us into a restaurant. No, it was a restaurant. He walks us into a restaurant, like a nice one too, like, you know, quiet, everyone's sitting down.
We're ready to rage.
And we're like, where are we? And he's like, don't worry, this is like one of the best clubs here.
Yeah.
And then we go like all the way to the back of this restaurant, go down the basement, like all these stairs, and we arrive at this huge open club. Like, it was so cool.
It was so cool. Definitely wasn't expecting it.
No. That's why we got paranoid and thought we were getting kidnapped or something. Like,
yeah.
What the hell's going on? All right. I don't know what number we're on.
I think we're number 5.
But, all right. So, the Jewish Quarter. The Jewish Quarter, also known as Yosifov. It's located between Old Town and the Vltava River. Its history began in the 13th century when the Jews living in Prague were ordered to vacate their homes and settle in this one area. The Jews were banned from living anywhere else in the city and were joined by fellow exiled Jews from other European countries. Fortunately, many significant and historical buildings still remain, including the 6 synagogues. In the centuries past, Prague has a sizable Jewish population and presence in the city. However, they were confined to a small part of town and given only a small plot of land for a cemetery. And over many generations, more and more people were buried here. So according to Jewish tradition, remains could not be removed, so instead they just stacked them on top of each other. And they would move the headstones up and just bury more people on top.
Oh.
And the result of this is thousands of tombstones crammed into a small piece of land in the center of Prague's Jewish quarter. So definitely the cemetery, and there's an adjoining museum right across that are worth visiting while in Prague.
Well, thank you for that Jewish history.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I know you don't like history very much.
I mean, I like history. I do. I like history.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, this brings us to number something, the dancing house. And this is probably my favorite place that we visited. It's such a cool building, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The building resembles two dancers, Ginger and Fred, girl and a boy.
Thank you.
On the top floor, there's a restaurant called, guess. Does anyone want to guess? Wanna? It's called Ginger and Fred.
Mind blown?
Mind blown. And it's on the 7th floor. And there's also a glass bar on the 8th floor. And it gives you amazing views of Prague and the Vltava River.
Vltava
River.
Or Vltava, yeah.
There's also now an art gallery. I don't think we got a chance to see it.
We did.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, oh yeah, Gaga was in there, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's a photo of Gaga.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, there's an art gallery in the building.
And a photo of Gaga.
And a photo of Gaga. So make sure you go check it out.
And send Natalie a picture of Gaga. And I believe that is all we have for you on Prague.
Again, this place is mainly just a whole bunch of history.
There's a lot of architecture.
History and architecture. Anyway, that wraps up Prague. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask us.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, make sure you tune in to our next Travel Tuesday.
Yeah.
Don't forget to laugh, like, and subscribe. Until then, we will see you later.
Hey.
Later.